Good morning students. Today we are going to start with our fourth unit, that is interpolation and extrapolation. See, this interpolation and extrapolation is not a new concept for you because this concept you have already learned in your first PUC statistics. Then you have learned problems on only interpolation, but here we are going to solve problems on both interpolation as well as extrapolation. So what is this interpolation and extrapolation? Interpolation and extrapolation is one of the important statistical technique for estimation. Consider two interdependent variables x and y, where x is independent variable whereas y is dependent variable. That means variation in the value of x results in variation in the value of y, because y is dependent on x. That's why variation in the value of x results in variation in the value of y. Let us consider x0, x1, x2 up to xn as the values of x. These are the values of x. Whereas y0, y1, y2 up to yn are corresponding values of y. Now, if you want to estimate the value of y to the corresponding value of x which lies within this range, that is which lies within x0 to xn, then it can be estimated with the help of interpolation. Whereas if you want to estimate the value of y for the value of x which is outside the range of given data, that is which is outside the range of x0 and xn, then it can be estimated with the help of extrapolation. So this is the meaning of interpolation and extrapolation. See, interpolation means if you want to estimate the value of y for the value of x which lies within this range, then intermediate value of x, then it is estimated with the help of interpolation. Whereas if you want to estimate the value of y for the corresponding value of x which is outside the range, then it is extrapolation. So if you want to write the definition of interpolation and extrapolation, then interpolation is a technique of estimating the value of dependent variable which is the dependent variable. Here the dependent variable is y for any intermediate value of independent variable. Here independent variable is x. So interpolation is a technique of estimating the value of y, that is dependent variable, for any intermediate value. Intermediate value means the value which lies within that range of given data. So intermediate value of independent variable. Now what is extrapolation? Extrapolation is a technique of estimating the value of dependent variable dependent variable is y for any value of x, that is for any value of independent variable that is independent variable is x, which is outside the range of given data. This is extrapolation. Extrapolation is a technique of estimating the value of dependent variable, that is dependent variable is y, for any value of independent variable. Independent variable is x, which is outside the range. It is not within that range, it is outside the range, then it is called as extrapolation. Now, for solving the problems under interpolation and extrapolation, some assumptions you have to make. What are the assumptions of interpolation and extrapolation? Here we have to make three assumptions. First assumption is there are no sudden jumps in the values of dependent variable from one period to another period. So dependent variable is y. So there should not be sudden jumps in the values of y from one period to another period. This is the first assumption. Second assumption is there is a sort of uniformity in rise or fall in the value of dependent variable. Next assumption says that if the values of y are increasing, then there should be a uniform increase in the value, or if it is decreasing, uniform decrease should be there. There should not be a huge gap or a sudden jump in the values of dependent variable. So that is the second assumption. Third assumption is there will be no consecutive missing values. If in the question two consecutive missing values are there, then you can't estimate the values under interpolation and extrapolation. For example, values of x are 5, 10, 15 and 20, and values of y are, there should be a uniformity in rise or fall, or there should not be any sudden jump in the values. So 3, 5, dash and 11. If I have written like this, then here you have to estimate or you have to interpolate the value of y for the corresponding value of x is 50. Whereas you have to extrapolate because it is outside the range. You have to extrapolate the value of y for the value of x is equal to 25. This can be done. But if at all, if there is two consecutive missing values, if they have given like this, two values are missing, then two consecutive missing values, one after the other, if there is a missing value, then you can't apply this interpolation and extrapolation. So the third assumption says that there should not be two consecutive missing values. So these are the three assumptions of interpolation and extrapolation. Now we will see methods of interpolation and extrapolation. What are the methods with the help of which we can solve the problems under interpolation and extrapolation? See, there are mainly two methods of interpolation and extrapolation. Methods of interpolation and extrapolation. In that, first one is binomial expansion method. Binomial expansion method. And second one is Newton's advancing difference method. These are the two methods of interpolation and extrapolation. One is binomial expansion method and one more is Newton's advancing difference method. First of all, we will study about binomial expansion method. See, this binomial expansion method you have already learned in your and the binomial expansion method is one of the simplest algebraic method of interpolation and extrapolation. Then in first PUC statistics we have learned how to find out or how to estimate one value of one missing, that is one missing value of dependent variable. But here you are going to learn how to solve the problems of interpolation and extrapolation, that is one is within the range and one is outside the range under binomial expansion method. See, under binomial expansion method is applicable under following conditions. Certain conditions are there. Under certain conditions this binomial expansion method is applicable. First one is the values of independent variable should have a common difference. That is, independent variable is x. Then in the values of x should show a common difference. First condition. For example, I will take it as x is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30. See, the values of x shows a common difference. The difference between the values of x is 5. So, the first condition says that the values of independent variable should have a common difference. 5, next it is 10, then it is 15, 20, 25, 30. Then the second condition is the value of x for which the value of y is to be estimated should be one of the value of x. That means, suppose the values of y are 3, 5, 7, dash, 11 and dash. This is the example. Here the second condition says that the value of x for which the value of y is to be estimated should be one of the value of x. See here, which one you have to estimate? Value of y where x is equal to 20. When x is equal to 20, what is the value of y? This can be interpolated under binomial expansion method. Suppose if you have to estimate the value of y when x is equal to 23, can you interpolate with the help of binomial expansion method? You can't interpolate this value because 23 is not one of the value of x, because in the values of x 23 is not given, so it is not one of the value of x. So you can't interpolate the value of y when it is not one of the value of x. That is the second condition. And you can extrapolate because it is why it is interpolation? Because it lies within the range. But this is estimated with the help of extrapolation because it is outside the given range. So you can extrapolate the value of y when x is equal to 30. But you can't extrapolate the value of y when x is equal to 27. Because 27 is not one of the value of x. That's why this is the second condition which has to be fulfilled under binomial expansion method. I hope you have understood this example with the condition. First condition says that the values of independent variables should have a common difference. Second condition says that the value of x for which the value of y is to be estimated should be one of the value of x. If it is not one of the value of x, then you can't interpolate or extrapolate under binomial expansion method. Now, there are certain steps to be followed in interpolation, this binomial expansion method. While solving the problem itself, I will explain you the steps under solving the problems under binomial expansion method. So, we will solve one problem under this method. That time we will have a clear-cut idea how to solve the problems. Problem is from the following estimate the production for the year 2001 and 2005, 2001 and 2005 by binomial expansion method. Binomial expansion method. And the information given are year and production in 1000 tons. Production in 1000 tons. First of all, year 1995, 1997, 1999, 2001, 2003, next 2005. Now the values of production are 20, 40, 70, dash, 130 and dash. First of all, we have to see the condition. First condition is that the values of x should have a common difference. See, there is a common difference. Difference is 2 years. 2 years difference is there. Next, second condition is the value of x for which the value of y is to be estimated should be one of the value of x. So you have to estimate what is the value of y when x is equal to 2001, and we have to extrapolate the value of y when x is equal to 2005 under binomial expansion method. First of all, we have to think that let in the solution let x and y be year and production. X and y be year and production. X we are taking it as year and y is production. So first of all, we have to see how many values of y is known. This is y0, this is y1, this will be y2, this is y3, y4 and y5. So how many values of y is known? That is the first step we have to do. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 values of y is known. So you have to write, since the known values of y are 4, the fourth order leading differences will be 0. You have to first of all identify how many values of y is known. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 values of y is known. Since the known values of y is 4, we have to find out the fourth order leading difference, which is equal to 0. So fourth order leading difference is nothing but delta 4 is equal to 0, or y minus 1 raised to 4 is equal to 0. So first of all, we have, this is the second step, that is y minus 1 raised to 4 is equal to 0. First of all, we have to expand the left hand side of the equation. We have to expand this equation, y minus 1 raised to 4. This equation we have to expand. So how to expand this equation? See here, y minus 1 raised to 4 0 is equal to 0. Now we have to write the coefficients. How to write the coefficients? Coefficients can be identified with the help of Pascal triangle. So how to find out the coefficients with the help of Pascal triangle? See, in Pascal triangle you have already learnt in your first PUC, but once again I will repeat here. First of all we will write n. n is 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we need the values up to 4 because it is 4th order leading difference. 4 values of y is known. So up to 4 we have to write. Then the values will be in front of 1. It will be 1 and 1. Next, in front of 2, first it will be 1. 1 plus 1 it is 2. So you have to write in between these two values. Next again it will be 1. Then for 3, first 1. 1 plus 2 it is 3, write in between. 2 plus 1 3, again 1. Next for 4, 1 plus 3 it is 4, 3 plus 3 it is 6, 3 plus 1 it is 4, lastly 1. So these are the coefficients that we have to write. First we have to write 1, next it will be 4, then 6, 4 and 1. Likewise we will write here. First one is 1, next it is 4, then next value is 6, then 4 and lastly 1. So like this we have expanded the left hand side of the equation. Y minus 1 raised to 4 is equal to 1 4y y4 minus 4y3 plus 6y2 minus 4y1 plus 1y0 is equal to 0. This is the first equation. That is, we can interpolate the value of y for x is equal to 2001. Now how to find out the second missing value? To find out the second missing value, we have to increase the suffixes of y by 1. For the same equation, we have to increase the suffixes of y by 1. So how it will be? That is y4. One is y4 will become y5. We have to increase the suffixes by 1. Minus 4 as it is y3 will become 4. We have to increase it by 1. Plus 6 will be as it is y2 will be 3 minus 4 y1 will become y2 plus 1 y0 will become y1 is equal to 0. This is the second equation. So we are going to extrapolate the value of y with the help of this equation. So first of all, we will solve the first equation. From the first equation, we will solve and interpolate the value of 1. So the first equation is this. We have to write it, that equation. That is y minus 1 raised to 4 is equal to y4 minus 4y3 plus 6y2 minus 4y1 plus y0 is equal to 0. This is the equation. Now we will substitute the values in this equation. So what is the value of y4? See, y4 value is 130. Write as it is. 130 minus 4 into y3 value we have to see. See, y3 value is unknown. So write as it is y3 plus 6 into y2 value. See the value of y2. y2 value is 70. So it will be 6 into 70 minus 4 into y1 value. Value of y1 is 40 plus y0. y0 is 20. So 20 is equal to 0. Now we will solve this equation. 130 minus 4 into y3 will be 4y3 plus 6 into 70. 420 minus 4 into 40. 160 plus 20 is equal to 0. After this, you have to add or deduct the values in this equation. 130 plus 420, it is 550 minus 160, 390 plus 20. 410. So 410 remaining is minus 4y3. Minus 4y3 is equal to 0. Now we will keep this value here and we will take this number to right hand side. So minus 4y3 will be as it is equal to plus 420 will become minus 410. Plus 410 will become minus 410. So now we will keep y3 as it is and we will take this minus 4 to right hand side. So y3 is equal to minus 410 divided by minus 4. Why? Because 4 minus 4 into y3. So into will become divided by. This minus sign will be as it is. So minus and minus gets cancelled. 4 ones are 400. It is. So y3 is equal to 102.5. So like this you have interpolated the value of y3 when x is equal to 2001. So production for the year 2001 is 102.5. Now we will extrapolate the value of y5. How to extrapolate the value of y5? So to extrapolate the value of y5, we are going to use this second equation from equation 2. From equation 2, write this equation, that is y5 minus 4y4 plus 6y3 minus 4y2 plus y1 is equal to 0. This is the second equation. Now we will substitute the values in the second equation. y5 value is unknown. So write as it is y5 minus 4 into y4 value. y4 value is 130 plus 6 into y3 value. y3 value was unknown, but just now we have calculated or estimated the value of y3. y3 is 102.5. So 102.5 minus 4 into y2 value is 70 plus y1 value is 40 is equal to 0. Now solve this equation. y5 we have to write as it is minus 4 into 130. It is 520 plus 6 into 102.5. When you multiply, the value will be 615 minus 4 into 70. 280 plus 40 is equal to 0. Now substitute all the values. First we will add the positive values, then we will deduct it from negative value. 615 plus 40, it is 655 minus 520 minus 280. It will be y5 minus 145. What you have to do is first add the positive value. 615 plus 40, it will be 655 minus 520 minus 280. So it will be minus 145 is equal to 0. We will keep this value as it is and take this value to right hand side. y5 is equal to minus value will become plus 145. So y5 value is 145. We have extrapolated the value of y5, that is 145. Now we can write the conclusion. Therefore, production for the year 2001 is y3. y3 value is 102.5 and 2005. For the value x is equal to 2005, y value will be 145 in 1000 tons. Like this we are going to solve the problem, or we are going to interpolate or extrapolate the value of y under binomial expansion method. That step we have already learned in your first PUC. This is the extra step that that we have learned here in under binomial expansion method. Other problems we will solve in upcoming classes.